Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. It's 6 questions in under 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. Let's jump right into it. First question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Nelson Toriano. I'm the CEO of a financial education company dedicated to personal trainers. So I work with fitness professionals in terms of career development, and what I primarily focus on is teaching them financial literacy and how to obtain a financially stable and long career within the fitness community. So that's one of 3 businesses that I run, though. So my other 2, one is a real estate investment. That's a C Corp, and so that I develop my asset portfolio underneath that. And my 3rd line of business is a partnership with my colleagues, and we focus on fitness and the healthcare industry and try to make our way through risk management. And one day we'll make personal training resources covered by your insurance. So that's our long vision.
Fantastic. Well, that's multidimensional. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Question number 2, what's the best thing about working with a team?
You get to delegate all the things you either don't understand or you really don't like to do to someone who is better at it. So if you know yourself, if you have to get a really good sense of who you are and your skill sets and come to terms with what you're not good at and also what you're not good at. Go find the people who will help leverage that and help complement your skill set so you can become skillful. So,
great insight. Yeah. Thank you. Question number 3, I hear from other team leaders that it can sometimes be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Oh, most definitely. Since I work in multiple facets and in several different businesses, I'm constantly working with people with other skill sets. Now, based on their education, based on the professional experience, they come from a different listening as well. So I'm teaching finance to personal trainers. So you have to understand that's 2 different mindsets. So trying to get a team of people who are more tactile, more kinesthetic in their learning style, and trying to teach them, here's Excel, here is PowerPoint, that could be a challenge also. So it's going to be really important that if you work within a team that is of different departments, that is cross-functional, you have to be able and fast enough in order to explain a very hard concept into that particular audience's listening, into that person's learning style. You really have to be in tune with how the person is going to receive the message.
Great thought. Thank you. Question number 4. What other professionals, such as yourself, should be on my podcast?
So I had to write this down because I want to make sure I give them proper shout outs. They are inspiring. They are wonderful content producers, and I've learned so much from them. So Dale Dupree, Jason Vanna, Violet Rainwater, Dale Caluser, Max Pashman, Jake Bjorseth, see, messed it up, and David Wee. These people I highly recommend not only on this podcast, but for everyone to follow also because they all come from different facets of the business ecosystem, but they're so talented and they understand how to explain their value and how it complements you, no matter what department you're operating in. And when you think of business, it's a collection of people. It's a collection of skill sets. So I really appreciate their flexibility and their expertise.
Great shout out. Thank you. Question number 5. What piece of advice would you give to other professionals who are leading teams?
Really develop that compassion and really develop patience and empathy, because all of those soft skills is really going to help complement the hard skills. One of the hard skills about being an entrepreneur and working with so many different talents is going back to being able to understand your specialty and explain your value and how it benefits the entire project to a person that does not come from your background. So every entrepreneur, there's only going to be some entrepreneurs that understand finance. Now, there's only going to be some entrepreneurs that understand software development or whatever line of business. But you have to develop that fluency so that you can really resonate with the person who's trying to help you. For example, so when you take an entrepreneur and you're trying to explain that entrepreneur the human resources or the legality of forming an actual corporation, those concepts may or may not resonate easily, but they're nevertheless really important to the actual ecosystem of the business, the actual business structure. So you have to be able to explain really hard concepts and simplify them so that that one particular message is understood by all learning styles. That's going to require a lot of flexibility and patience, to be honest.
Great advice. Great advice. Thank you. Well, 6th and final question. Tell us about your first job.
So it was not in personal training, and it was not in business, and it was not anything that you could think of. I was actually working at San Francisco Chronicle in their advertising department. So I actually started off in print media. And nowadays, I don't even know if people are still receiving newspapers. So that kind of ages me. So yeah, I was selling print ads and 3x4s and on pieces of newspaper that you could, get that ink stuck on your fingers. That was me.
I used to be a paper delivery boy, so I know about the ink. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
Wash those hands. That's right.
Yeah.
Nelson, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
You can visit me on my website, CoachNellyToriano.com. My email is nelson@CoachNellyToriano.com. That is also my Instagram handle, as well as find me on LinkedIn by my proper name, Nelson E. Toriano.
Fantastic. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders share their insights. For more ideas, you can check us out on LinkedIn at Blue Sky Business Consulting.